Let me tell you all about light linking in Blender and how we can use it to associate a light source with certain objects. So that means you can illuminate objects by light, but not other objects. So a point light, for example, that only illuminates one light, but not other lights. And it's a very funky concept. Let me show you how this works. I've got a couple of spheres here, a red one and a blue one, and I've also got a green torus here. And I'm going to go and just move my torus out of the well-lit collection here. I've got two collections. One is the regular scene collection, and one is just called the well-lit collection. Let me show you what it does first, and then we'll get to how to set this up from scratch. So I have one point light here, and as you would imagine, a point light shines light at everything. But right now, the torus and the red sphere do not get illuminated, which is kind of cool. And that is because of the magic of light linking, which is set up on the point light. The moment I move my torus into the well-lit collection currently only has the blue sphere in it, then the torus is also being illuminated, which is sort of cool. And the red sphere is also going to get illuminated the moment it's inside a collection. And once it's in there, I can even be granular and say, hey, even though you're in this collection, I can still take you out and make you not illuminate, for example. So by switching to the light and then disabling the objects you don't want to be included in that. So this sounds like a lot to take in, but it's actually really easy to set up. Let me show you how to do it. Here's my vanilla scene. All I have is a floor. I might as well just rename that into floor. And then I have a blue sphere here. Blue sphere, and then I also have a red sphere. Red sphere. That is all I have here. I don't even have a light, so let's go and set that up first. I can only really preview the light when I'm in the rendered viewport mode here. So I'm going to select Shift A, and then down here I'll pick a point light. Point lights are great because they're just so simple and easy to set up. They're also really cheap to render. I'm going to make the power a little bit higher, maybe 500, maybe 300 actually. And the radius a little bit larger so that the shadows aren't quite as harsh as they are by default. Now, right now, the point light behaves just like I would expect it to. It casts its sort of sphere around all objects in its path. So we have the floor and both spheres illuminated. And if I wanted to change that with light linking, I'm going to have to go and select the light. Go to this little square icon here that says object properties, and on there I have my light linking under the shading option here. So open shading, and then there's light linking. There's also shadow linking, which is basically the same thing for the shadows an object casts, so you can be very granular about that. Light linking will require a collection, so anything that is in one particular collection will participate in what this object can illuminate. And you can set this up for every single light in your scene. I already have some collections here in my project, but not in this particular scene. So I'm going to go and move my blue sphere into a new collection just by pressing M on the keyboard while hovering over this here. And then I say new collection, and I'll call this maybe lit objects. It's not very creative, but hey, it'll work. I also misspelled sphere here. There we go. So my blue sphere is now in lit objects. And if I were to go back to my point light and then choose that here, lit objects, then notice that the floor and the red sphere no longer get illuminated. And that's because that is dictated by the light linking here. So notice there's one small peculiarity I wanted to bring to your attention. If I disable this, then the blue sphere is being disabled. The collection is still being used, but this particular object inside my collection is now no longer used. So it's excluded from what's being illuminated there by my light. And because there's nothing else selected, the light goes and illuminates everything else in the scene. That only happens if you disable the only object in the collection that you want to actually use. So if I go and undo that, then it flips between this one object and all the other objects. Now this doesn't happen if you had another object. So let me just go and make a duplicate of the blue sphere. Shift D, Shift Z, and put that blue sphere over here. Now we have two blue spheres. I'll go and select my light again, and I'll go and disable one of these spheres. Notice that the other one is still illuminated and just one gets switched off, and my red sphere, like I've seen before at the floor, they remain unlit. So it's only when I disable everything in that collection that then all the other objects get illuminated. It's just one of those things that you need to be aware of. But yeah, that's as easy as setting that up. Let me show you a more practical example with people that might show how useful this can be. I've got two guys here standing very close to one another, and if I wanted to light them up properly with a bit of portrait lighting, I could either use spotlights or I can use the cheaper and more versatile point lights. And I can do this for one person first and then duplicate the whole light rig to the other person, and so that they don't interfere with one another, I can just go and make sure I add light linking to these light objects, and then that should take care of that. Let's go and begin with that. I'm going to go with the top view here and start with my girl. She's the girl, he's the guy. I'm going to go and add a simple point light here. I'll put this into the front and move it forward. It's just going to be very simple portrait lighting. So that, let's say that's the key light, and I'm going to go and duplicate that. And this is, I'm going to have two rim lights here. This one is rim 1, Shift D, and this one's maybe rim 2 here. And that's sort of okay. Maybe that's a little bit strong on the front. Let's say that's my light here. But it also illuminates the floor and it also illuminates him, and I don't really want that. So what I can do then is to move them into a collection or parent them to an empty, just so that they're a little bit easier to control. I'm going to go and use a collection here for that. So M, and I'll make a new collection, and I'll call this one Lights Girl. And to bring all these over to my other character, I'm going to go and keep them selected, Shift D, Enter, then I'll go to the top and move these guys over to the guy. And now I have both of these guys illuminated, but now we have a ton of light and it interferes with one another. So let's go and put these into a collection as well. So this is going to be Lights Guy. And now we can go and make sure that the guy lights only illuminate the guy and the girl lights only illuminate the girl. We have to do this on a per light basis, but that's fairly easy to do. So the key light, let me go and switch the guy lights off for now and just have a look at the girl light. So the key light first, I've put my guy and my girl into a collection each, so that should make it very simple and easy. Under my light linking here, I'm going to go and pick my girl for this light. And I'm going to do the same for the rim light. That's the girl. And rim light 2 is also just the girl. And look at that, only the girl is now illuminated, not the guy, which is pretty cool. But because I've already duplicated my lights, let me go and set the same thing up for my guy. So I'm going to switch off the girl lights for now. My guy lights, first key light. You can also, of course, change them around if you don't like where they are. We might as well just rotate them a little bit. So the key light might come from the front here, slightly, something like that. I'll leave it up to you. It's just an example. Let's say these are the properties. So key light here. Once again, pick the collection. This one is the guy, so that goes away. Rim light number 1 is just for the guy. Rim light number 2 is just for the guy. Perfect. There we go. Now I can switch on the girl lights again. And now we have discrete light setups for the guy and the girl, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so that's what light linking can do. Now you can restrict where your point lights shine, or your spotlights, or even the sunlight if you so desire. I hope you learned a lot. Thank you so much for Leo for bringing this to my attention. It's a very, very good topic. Glad you brought that up. I hope you learned a lot, and I hope I can see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.